Hey, hey, hey.
Hello, hello.
It seems like forever since
I'm
I
back. Wait, this is me.
Yeah.
There we go.
You're back. Danna looks tan. I still look pale.
I don't feel that I look tan enough.
I feel like you're pretty tan.
I mean, I am, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like there's times where I've been like more tan just being at home.
What was the temperature? So if you're catching up,
I don't know.
Danna just arrived back from her cruise.
Yes, I did. I just got back. What was the temperature? I don't know. Like probably high 80s. Tom, what do you think? 90s, he said. We did not have like a spot of rain. We were so fortunate. When we were leaving, we were out of Port Canaveral. I feel like I sound a little congested, but I'm not sick.
You're good. I don't think so.
You don't think so? Okay, good. When we were leaving Port Canaveral, it was like kind of like that spitting, like it was starting to sprinkle a little.
Do you do a champagne toast when you leave?
No, we partied on the top deck. It was so fun. They did, they had a DJ and they called it like the sail away party. And so we were all on the top deck and I was like, they were doing like the electric slide and like, you know, every one of those line dance songs. Yes. So they did all of them and Joey and I were dancing away. Right, Joe? He's not listening.
Joey, I asked
Joey's
him
my
because
dancer.
I had a couple minutes with him with no parents. And I said, Joey, how's your cruise? And he was like, amazing.
Is that what he said?
And then I said, if you gave up your Christmas presents, would you go on a cruise? He's like, yeah.
They honestly said, like, my kids have never been on one before. And they were like, it's the best vacation we've ever
First
been
of all,
on.
let's do a fast recap.
Okay.
That you were on the what class
We were
ship
on Star
Royal
of the
Caribbean.
Seas, which is an Icon class ship from Royal Caribbean. It was truly, so it's 20 floors high.
Star is a new ship.
Star is a new ship. It Legend is currently just dropped into the water in Europe like a couple weeks ago, and it's going to make a transatlantic trip, I think, next month.
We should get Royal Caribbean to sponsor us.
Honestly, because I will like speak so highly of them. Like it was amazing. So we were out of Port Canaveral, went to Coco Cay, which is their private island, St. Thomas and St. Kitts. St. Thomas and St. Kitts were fine. Nothing special. We went to the beach at both of those places. But I mean, crystal clear waters. My kids have never been in the water where you could see your feet like at the bottom. Like, so that was really cool for them because we always go to like Hilton Head or wherever. So they have never had that. And then they just were so overwhelmed, I think. And like we walked onto the boat and, you know, it looks like a mall when you first get on and they're looking around and they're like, wait, this is a boat? Like as much as we described it to them, I don't think that they like fully understood. They couldn't grasp it.
How many people were on your ship?
So it holds up to 10,000, I guess I found out. But I think that there's
10,000?
Yeah. But I think it was like 7,000 guests and like 2,000 crew members. It's crazy. Like, it's crazy. It's ridiculous. But this is the crazy thing. It never felt overcrowded. Like, it never... the only problem is, so there's 6 water slides. It's a full-blown water park on board. And 3 of the 6 water slides were not working, which apparently this has been an ongoing problem for months with them in getting the water slides. We were actually fortunate because there have only been 2 water slides going. And about 3 days in, they got the 3rd one up and running. So that was good. But that was the only thing that my kids really felt like there was like a long line for was the water slides.
How was the coffee?
Terrible.
Why is it terrible
So
on cruise
bad.
ships?
It was so bad. Like that was, we kept saying.
I always remember that's the one thing
oh my
that
God,
I wish was
you guys,
better.
we kept saying, Tom and I were like, we can't wait to have coffee at home. I was literally pouring myself a cup of coffee. I would put like an inch of hot water in, then coffee, and then so much half and half. Because it was like mud. It was literally the strongest coffee I've ever had in my entire life.
That's one thing Royal Caribbean's never been great
They
about.
suck at coffee. And there's a Starbucks on board. And it's a true Starbucks, but like you have to pay for it and I'm too cheap. I'm like, I just paid a drink package.
You didn't pay? Because I would have paid for that.
So like Olivia got it a couple
in the morning.
times and I got 1 cup. Yeah, they had Red Bulls were included in our drink package. So he drank Red Bulls. Yeah, Red Bulls. But I did have coffee, but it was.
That's how Bill says Red Bull. He says Red Bull. He has like an accent.
It puts like the wrong emphasis on it.
We're calling them Red Bills now.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Like Red Bills.
That's a great idea. So, so coffee sucked. Food was okay. It wasn't as good as I remember it being on other ships, but honestly, it was just so great.
Vacation that you were going to always treasure.
What'd you say? I'm used to Tom and Kristen cooking for me, and so this was not to that standard.
That is hard. Like so while Dana was gone, we'd really nothing. You didn't really miss anything. Like we were at home working at the market, and we went to the fair a couple days, and we went out to dinner with friends for their dinner club, and we kind of like back door invited ourselves, and then we were late, which was I'm sure great. But we went to Lindy's.
I'm just glad to know that it is not just me that she's constantly late for.
We were late because it is just so hard to go anywhere like at the fair and you getting caught in conversations. Like there's so many exciting people to talk to. That's what Bill and I were trying to decide. We were so glad that we went to dinner, but we felt so bad because we made that they were all sitting and drinking,
right.
appetizers, and it was great. But we were late, and so we're like, we shouldn't have gone. But then I'm like, no, like we have to make plans. Like we have to be able to make plans. So anyways, we went to a restaurant, Lindy's, and the food was not what I remember it being.
It's just disappointing.
I know, it's so hard. And one of our friends, Brian, who owns a catering business, which is phenomenal if you're looking for a caterer in the west side of Columbus, up and down Ohio, really, Hudson's Edge. And so I said, how do you go out to eat different places? Because you would be so critical.
Right. Like I feel like you would constantly be like, it's not as good as mine. It's not as good as mine, you know?
I mean, he trained at the Hyde Park Culinary Institute. Like, I mean, he is like highly trained.
So then, yeah, like, well, how would you go out to dinner?
I find it to be very hard, but he is very like, he's like, yes, I have my favorite places. I have my favorite things, but he was so generous and nice about critiquing things. However, they forgot Bill's food. So it's interesting. Like when you are a good cook, it's hard to go out and dine.
Yeah.
So
we were definitely a little bit disappointed, just in general, but otherwise, it was just fantastic. Like,
but you weren't. What would you rate your cruise? 10 plus?
No, I mean,
if this was a Willet corn
dog, I would say it was probably like an 8.5. There were things. So like I said, the food was good, but it was not like 10 out of 10 by any means. For being gluten-free, I don't feel that they did a good enough job. Now, that being said, the main dining room was amazing. They brought me a menu every night for tomorrow night's menu and had me pick what I wanted and made it gluten-free. But like at the buffets and stuff, it just wasn't. Yeah. They had a gluten-free section and it was sad. It was sad. And like the gluten-free bread, like I've been places with better gluten-free. So I feel like Royal Caribbean is supposed to be like this best cruise ship and it was like just okay. So that was like just okay. The shows were good. We actually had one show that we did end up we like complained to Royal Caribbean. We didn't want anything out of it, but it's like in an aquadome and it's a really cool show. But if you are sitting on the sides, there's a whole portion of the show going on that you cannot even see. We didn't know this until like after. And we feel that they should not seat people unless like they should say that this area is blocked off. And so we were kind of disappointed. And like, again, it was a show included. So it's not like we paid anything extra for it, but we really felt that like, that's a really crap situation. Like you shouldn't have a show unless everyone that's in the audience can see the whole show. I mean, genuinely missed a huge chunk of it. So like Tom did complain to them. I'm sure they're not going to like do anything about it, but it was just like for future reference. And if you know my husband, he does not complain about anything. Yeah, and this he truly did complain about. So like that was just okay. But like the service, it's just 10 out of 10 like that. So parts of the cruise were 10 out of 10. Ports were 7 out of 10. But we didn't go for the ports. We went for the boat. So cleanliness.
That's hard. When you book a cruise, do you go for the ports or do you go for the ship?
I think it depends on the person. My husband would stay on a boat for 10 days straight and knock it off.
You can go.
And he would be fine. I kind of go a little stir crazy. Like we had 2 full sea days and we got back on the boat at like 5 o'clock maybe 4 o'clock the night before. And the boat was really moving. Like it was rocking pretty bad that night. And like not bad, but you felt it. And I was like laying in bed that night and I'm like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to make it 2 more days without getting off of this boat.
You
like
2 days in a row.
2 days in a row on the way home. So yeah, we left St. Kitts on Thursday at 4:30 in the afternoon. And we arrived in Port Canaveral, Florida at about 4:30 in the morning, I think, on Sunday. So it took all day Friday, all day Saturday, got in Sunday morning. So it's a long time to be in the ocean, but like we didn't feel bored. We had stuff going on. We went to the pool, beautiful adult only pool. And this was cool too, because our kids are finally at an age where like they don't need us. So they got to experience a whole lot of freedom, which was very cool for them. But we got the family side of things too. And then Tom and I got to go to the adult only pool, which we never get to do that stuff.
Sounds like you made some friends.
We did. We made a couple friends and, oh my gosh. Wait, should I tell the story?
I already know. Tom
Did he tell you?
That's
Is it okay to tell? Do you think it's okay?
I think it's kind of funny.
So bad. All right. So not the first day, but like one day we're sitting in the pool and we meet this one couple and we're just chatting away, whatever. Then we meet this other couple and I'm like, oh, they seem super normal. Like they have a 12-year-old and a 17-year-old son. And if I'm describing a friend of yours, maybe look at them the other way. They live in Illinois and
corn country.
They work for the government, they tell me. And they're
Whoa.
super, super normal.
We work for the government.
This is all they tell me. We work for the government and we live in Illinois. So I don't really ask a lot of questions. And I wasn't down there for very long.
That's an interesting thing to say. We work for the government.
Yeah. And now that I'm repeating the story, I clearly had a few drinks because now that I'm repeating the story, I'm like, why wouldn't you have asked? Like, what do you do? Like, that's such a
what
weird.
do you do for the government?
Right. Like, that's such a weird response.
I asked all the questions.
Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, that is such a weird response. I must have definitely had a nice little buzz going, like, to not question that any further. So then the next day, I saw these other people again, Cindy and Chris, who were my friends, and we kind of hung out again. And they told me that once I left, the other couple started telling them that they actually quit their government jobs and that they are on OnlyFans and they're doing things, marital activities with each other, but what? Creating content.
Content creators.
They're content creators. And they make $40,000 a month, which I'm not going to lie, like it's enticing, but we're not going that route. But, and like they apparently, now I was not asked this, so clearly they weren't into me, but like they apparently proposition, I think they have upside down pineapples on their cruise door.
So I told Tom because, Danna was in the bathroom because some things have not changed.
Let me tell you, this was a rough week on Danna's belly.
I said, Tom, maybe they were like the wingmen, like helping solicit. So they were telling you the story to see if you guys were interested.
It could have been
like,
because they did.
Reaction?
So that could have been because they did continuously bring it up. And we hung out with this other couple.
Again.
Never saw them again. And I realize there's thousands of people on this boat, but you do tend to see a lot of the same people over and over again. And especially like in the adult only pool, campus. It is and you only see the same people, right? Mm-hmm. And especially in the adult only pool because like it's the same adults.
Where else are you going to pick up a family? You're not the family or a couple.
Not at the kids club. Not at the kids club.
I hope not.
So it was very weird. But now that you're saying that, maybe they were, I don't know. They did keep talking about it. Like a lot. Although if you go by that, Tom kept talking about it because I think he was so intrigued by it and he was so like not intrigued. What's the word? Like curious, like you were questioning everything. And then he just kept looking for these people. He's like, isn't it weird that we can't find them? I'm like, why are you looking for them? Like it was so weird. The whole scenario was so weird.
Tom wanted to know more about this.
I think he was like, so like, what do you have to do? Like he was in and I was like, I'll show my feet. Like, I don't know. Like I'm not doing that, but like... I don't know. The whole thing was very weird, but we did not ever see them again.
Maybe they have like a whole cruise thing going on.
I don't know. It was odd, but they were like, "Oh yeah, our boys are on this cruise with us. They're 12 and 17," and I'm like,
Never saw them.
God, it was so weird.
What was that?
That noise that you just heard. I don't know if you heard it through there.
It was a large vibration.
The day before we left for the cruise, so like a week and a half ago. Joey was up in the shower and he went to turn the exhaust fan on and apparently it broke. The fan was on and it like broke. The motor broke while he was in the shower. And so it's like, rah,
so he forgot and turned it
and
on.
he just went and turned it back on again.
That's okay. Your exhaust fan is broken. Our dryer is not broken.
What you said.
I texted Bill. I'm like, dryer quit. And he's like, I'm not surprised. And the turn thing, the little.
Yeah. Like the knob
was, I felt weird when I turned on the dryer.
So
And
is it not turning on?
No. Now it doesn't even turn. Like something's disconnected inside.
Well, you know, I'm sure you guys have heard stories. Tom fixes all the appliances. He'll order you a $6 part off of Amazon, and it will fix your problem for 3 months.
The problem is that we're going to the state fair, and I have most of the clothes laundered, but this is when your kids don't listen and they don't bring their laundry down. This is when you get screwed.
Well, I've used yours enough times when mine has broken. You're welcome to use ours.
Well, I'll just go to the barn.
Oh yeah, you do have another one. I forgot.
I have another one.
Yeah, I did forget about that.
Inconvenient.
We have been doing laundry since we got home, and it is not ending. It is just a bad situation, but it was a great trip. We would 10 out of 10 would recommend.
What would you do differently? So just to go over this, you had an indoor you had an inside room
so
with no window for you.
We had no window for us, and the kids had a window. So if you're familiar with a Royal Caribbean cruise, or I think other cruise ships have this as well, but like the rooms kind of go around the boat, right? Like, so then the middle part of your boat is sometimes it'll be your pool, or on really, really large boats like what we were on, there's neighborhoods. And so there's a Surfside neighborhood for kids, and then there's Central Park neighborhood, which truly like looks like Central Park. It's got cute little restaurants and bars in it. And so we overlooked Central Park. And so for the kids, they had a window, but they were considered to be 2 interior rooms, even though they had a window. And it was like any other hotel. It was like staying at a Marriott. Like they just had a hotel room with a window. It just didn't have a balcony.
Holiday Inn, if you're us.
I stayed at Holiday Inn with you. Yeah. I'm just saying it's just like a normal hotel room. And then our room, though, was an interior with no window. It was right next door to the kids, but it was like the way that the boat angled at that point. We were on the end of the Central Park area, so we did not have a window.
Now, were your brother and Katie?
They were directly across the hall from us.
Okay.
Yep, they were across the hall, and they did have a balcony. But this was interesting, they had what's called an infinite balcony, which is new on Royal Caribbean's newer ships. And those are, instead of like a sliding door to walk out onto the balcony, it's just a curtain. And you open the curtain up, and so the balcony is part of your room, and it's enclosed in glass.
Oh.
But you press a button, and the glass goes down.
That's good. Okay.
So it truly is a balcony, but it can also extend your room. So if you didn't want to use it as a balcony, it could give you an extra. It's not a lot. It's maybe 100 square feet, if that's 75 square feet. It's not a lot, but it is like a little bit of extra space. And they had, my brother, his wife, and their 2 kids in the room. So like, you need every bit of space you can get in those little rooms.
I'm curious, did it have like a half wall that divided like their area from the kids?
No.
So on Disney, they do that.
Yes, they told me that because they went on Disney. Yeah. No, in fact, they had a king size bed, which I guess obviously could be made into 2 twins, but they had a king size bed and then a pull out couch for the kids. Now there were other rooms that had like the drop down beds, those kind of things. So for our family, it was comparable pricing to do 2 interior rooms versus the 1 balcony. We would have gotten a little bit of a bigger balcony to sleep, all of us, obviously, but we felt that this kind of gave the kids their own space. Tom and I got our own space.
For sure.
And we got 2 bathrooms, and the 2 bathrooms for 5 of us was huge. Like, so I wouldn't
privacy.
We did have our privacy, and so
I be content creators.
We were not content creators on this boat. I would say, so one thing I would change is I would have no problem doing the interiors again if we both had windows. I did not like not having a window. This isn't my first time that I've done that, but I think I don't think it's a big enough price difference. I'd prefer a window. And 2, my sister-in-law chose to do, which at the time I totally didn't really care, but she wanted a 5:00 dinner time. It was a little too early for us. So
I think we always did 8:00.
So the options were 5 or 7:30, and Tom and I would have chosen 7:30. She felt that was a little late for them. To each their own. The other option is my time dining, which you can just show up whenever you want, but you may have to wait for a table. So I would have probably done the later one though, because I felt like on our sea days we were like, 3:30, right? And it's like 3:30, and we're like, we got to go get ready for dinner, and it's like, no, I could have stayed there way longer.
So the question is, did you dress up for the formal night?
I did. I have like this, just like a short black dress I wore.
Did lots of people go formal?
There were some people that were in like prom gowns, and then there were other people that did not dress up at all. We did the majority of the theme nights. There's like a Caribbean night. We did a white night. We did the formal night.
The matching night.
That was the Caribbean night. We did that for Caribbean. If you follow me on Facebook. Okay, this is an issue I have, which we're over time, and I'm sorry I've hijacked this entire podcast about my cruise, but I have an issue with Instagram in that I like to post on Instagram and then it feeds into my Facebook feed. Because you can't do it the opposite way. Like you can't post on Facebook and feed into Instagram. So I like to do that. However, on a trip like this, I had a lot more than 20 photos that I wanted to post.
My father-in-law said he posted 52 and he hadn't had a chance to look at them all.
Oh, wow. All right, stalker, a little bit.
Joe
Okay.
knew.
I don't know how many I posted, but I knew that I wanted to post more than 20. And I truly went through and was like, I'm not going to post that. I'm not going to post that. I probably have 200 in my phone after I have deleted stuff out. I probably still have that many good pictures that I love and really cool videos. But like I couldn't post on Instagram. So it's on Facebook.
Oh, man.
I know. It's a real situation. So
Terrible.
listen, Meta, that's my complaint.
Okay. They might listen because
I
they're
don't
listening
think they
right now.
will.
They're always listening.
They are listening.
So, well, we have gone over, but we
I
have
know.
the
I'm
great
sorry. I haven't even
Ohio
talked.
State
Yeah.
Fair.
Talk
If
about
you
what's
are
really going on in life.
looking for something to do, visit the Ohio State Fair. It goes now through Sunday. Don't go on Sunday. Sunday is not a great day to go.
Why?
Because all the animals are going home and it's just not a great day.
Wait, I have a dumb question.
Go before Sunday.
And I realize we're over, but I'm giving up right now. At county fairs, the animals that are shown go to market after.
Market lamb, like market projects, market pigs.
Market projects.
Yeah,
Do they
4-H.
have that for state fair?
They do if you are a grand champion for like market lambs,
And
market
you guys
pigs.
are.
No, we're just market lamb. We're market turkeys and market chickens.
That's how you get grand champion.
Well, that's with our breeding sheep. Those come home.
You're acting like I understand what
Those
you're
come
saying.
home. Our sheep will come home. We don't show market lamb. So the only thing not coming home is if we get grand champion pen of 6 or pen of 3 meat chickens or turkey. But that's probably not going to happen. So most likely we're bringing everything home. It's just for fun. But however, at Patterson Fruit Farm, we'll have delicious turkey and chicken in the market in a week. Isn't that exciting?
It's about time. We haven't
We've
had
got
any in
2
a long
empty
time.
spots, which we have not had, and I'm purposely like holding them because we have all this poultry coming. So we're very excited about that.
It has been a minute.
So yeah, it's been a fun state fair so far. Another week to go.
Now you guys are like really in the thick of it though, this week.
So when you're listening to this podcast, we have moved into the state fair. Our sheep are there. Come see us.
They're leaving me alone, guys. They're leaving me alone at the market.
And Danna is in charge.
I have to work. It's been a real fun week not working.
And we're living like the camper life in our camper, which actually is pretty fun.
It's kind of vacay life. It's a little vacay.
I don't know if it's vacation.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
Until next time, friends, we're mismatched.